Heyo, what is happening, everyone? Tosh here with another DefiKingdoms update. Today we're going to go over some of the community resources that have been built for DefiKingdoms. I found that these have been incredibly useful, so I wanted to share them with y'all so you guys know what they are capable of and how to use these resources. So the two that we're going to cover today are Kingdom Watch, created by Magg, as well as DFK Wiki, created by Sarah. Both these people have been in the DFK community for a long time, and they've built some really awesome products for us to share. There have been loads of other amazing products as well coming out, but we're just going to focus on these two today, and I'm sure in later videos we'll be able to cover some of those as well. Just a quick reminder is that I am not a financial advisor and nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. Also, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like the video and hit subscribe. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is Kingdom Watch, again created by user Magg. Really amazing tool. I think the biggest benefit of this is actually the personal watch category. So this gives you really detailed information about your personal investments into DefiKingdoms and breaks everything down, and it gives you a lot of awesome stats. So let's go ahead and dive into that. Alright, so here's what it looks like when you first get into the personal watch. So it has the jewel price, it also has the price age, so how recently that's been updated. That was 3 minutes ago. Jewel looking hot right now, 874. Alright. This also tells you the block on Harmony that they're on, so just the part of the blockchain. And then right now it's running a little bit slower than usual, so 2.1 seconds per block instead of 2 seconds per block. And that's how all of everything on the blockchain is calculated. So when you scroll down from that page, you can see all of your individual numbers. So it gives you the jewel value and the dollar value of your locked jewels. What's really nice that they have these toggle features. It also estimates the value of your heroes. There's a lot of speculation with this, so definitely don't use this as like end all be all as this is the price of your hero. There are way more things that you need to evaluate, but it does give you a rough estimate about how much your heroes are worth. And then as well as your inventory, and then lastly your gardens as well. So really nice to get a nice breakdown, and then you can actually calculate the ratios of how you are invested. So when you scroll down to, it gives you the whole breakdown of everything that you need to know. It tells you the wallet, how many jewels are in the bank and what that converts to as an X jewel ratio. It also tells you what your pending rewards are, your lock rewards, pending lock rewards. Gives you some really nice data to work with. I also like in here in the garden section that it tells you the current APRs of each garden, so you can rank those very easily about which ones are performing the best. And then it also gives you your estimated dollar value of what those gardens are worth, so you can track that growth over time as well. So as you can see, going through the site is super smooth. You can check out the Epoch Tracker here. It tells you what epoch that we're currently in, and that also tells you the multiplier for the reward. So that's what's keeping those APRs for the gardens really high, and those will gradually diminish over time. So they'll diminish by 1 per epoch until we get down to 8, and then it kind of stays down there for a while. So right now our epoch rates, we have 33% is unlocked, and then 67% is locked. So pretty cool. We're getting about a third of those rewards right away from our liquidity pools. And anybody who's been listening to me knows that I'm super bullish on gardening. And as I'm recording this video, the gardens should be coming out today, which is super exciting. Stay tuned for that video coming soon. I'll show you what this breakdown looks like for one of my liquidity pools or one of my gardens. So this is the jewel wrapped one. This is actually, I don't have a ton in this one. I should actually be stacking up some more Harmony, and I mean to do that soon. But right now, I own 0.002% of that pool. So very low because I don't have very much invested. And it's also the largest pool as far as rewards go on DefiKingdoms. So that turns out to about $3,000 right now. And we can look at it breaks down what I have pending, locked, and unlocked, what my withdrawal fees are for withdrawing from my liquidity from the pools if I were to do that. So I have a 0.01%. That's nothing, 30 cents on this $3,000. And then it also breaks down all of my stats on gaining in the gardens too. So with the current APRs per day, with my unlocked jewel, I'm getting 0.58% back. So that's just this pool alone. the $3,000 is getting me $17.35 a day. Again, note that that will change with how much is provided in the pool and when the rewards fade out as well. But per week, that's about 13.8 joule that's producing. So really solid rewards there. I'm super happy with that. But I love that I can see these numbers so clearly on Kingdom Watch. So really awesome tool. Shout out to Magg. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this hero price evaluator that is in Kingdom Watch. So based off of Magg, what this bases the prices off of is heroes of the same class, the same generation, the same rarity, and the same profession. So it does its best, and it does have to sacrifice a few things to capture enough data to make this a useful tool. So one thing to note is that this does not evaluate number of summons on the hero. So we know that that can make a really big difference, especially with our Gen 1 and Gen 2 heroes. If they have 9 or 10 summons left, that's going to be a big increase for the price for that hero because it gives them a lot of cheap capability to produce new heroes. So this does not factor that in at all, and it really just does its best. So I would not take these prices too seriously. I would not use this to actually base your price of your hero, but I think it is a good rough indicator about what they're worth. And then you always want to look at the market and their current prices to really get the best comparison and how you should evaluate and sell your hero. So getting that instant data and feedback with your own two eyes is still the best way to price your hero. What's also nice in the end section is that you can see the value of your items. And what's really cool is that they have the prices that you would earn in gold from selling to the trader and how that compares to the jewel prices on the market. So if we look at everything that I've earned from foraging and fishing, I think this was like 3 weeks ago now. I've earned from my play to earn heroes $2,300 worth of stuff. So that's really awesome. Note that that's not even evaluating the price of my egg. Those are not really priced right now. Most of those are exchanges are happening with peer-to-peer trades. Again, not really recommended unless you have a trustworthy escrow for you. But those are going about 200 jewels. So in addition to that, $2,300, 200 jewel, we saw about 870 is almost $1,700-$1,800 on top of that. So in 3 weeks, just from playing my heroes, I've earned like $4,000. Literally had to do nothing else than just click my heroes and send them on quests. Cost no money at all. So really cool there. Again, I do have a pretty big horde of heroes. I've have been running between 65 and 80 heroes. I've been summoning and selling quite a bit. But it's pretty cool. It's decent money for just kind of like playing your video games. So awesome. So a bunch of really awesome features here. I encourage you to scroll around the website. I'm going to go through a couple more. So he also built in Quest Watch, which you can sort out your quest data by a bunch of different ways. So this can actually do it by quest. So each quest that was completed or each set of quests that's completed. You can also do it by hero. So you can find out which of your heroes actually got you the best gains. Ooh, he got me a rune. I should probably figure out which one even got me my egg. I don't remember. I found it. It was 37690. Totally makes sense. He's my rare ninja thief fisher. Ooh, got a. Let's check out another feature. This one's called Hero Watch. So this is where you can actually track like how good the heroes are at different things. So I just pulled up that ninja that we just looked at. Like I said, he's pretty awesome. So what it does is that actually computes a score for how well they are expected to perform at that profession compared to other heroes. And that's based off of several different factors. So it's based off of whether they have that profession as a bonus, whether they have bonus stats allocated to the main stats, and how well their class and subclass are aligned with the stats for that profession. Do note again, professions are just one part of the game. We don't really know how the rest of the systems are going to work, so this doesn't necessarily mean like they're the best heroes ever if you have like a 90% or higher type of hero, but it definitely is a pretty good indicator of if they're going to do good at the job, because yeah, this guy he's a top 89.7% fisher, so he's better than almost 90% of all of the heroes that exist at fishing, and he was the one who fished me with my egg. And then you can see all the different stats there. What's also cool is as part of Hero Watch is that you can look at the ranks of the heroes too. So if you want to look at like what a perfect miner, fisher, gardener, or forager would look like, the hero IDs are right there to check out. Alrighty, and the last feature I'm going to look at is the Bank Watch. So the Bank Watch is cool because it actually gives you an estimation of the APR that's earned from the bank based off of real-time data. So really cool to have this. Right now the current bank APR is about 35%. Note that this is not a static number, so I would not expect it to stay 35% for the rest of the year. Just a reminder about how the bank works is that whenever you deposit Joule into the bank and receive X Joule, your X Joule will always be worth more Joule than it was when you first deposited. And that's made possible by all of the transactions that go on within the game. So 10%, I believe, I might need to fact check that, but 10% of all transactions that happen in the game, 10% of those funds go to the bank. The bank then will buy Joule and then distributes that amongst all of the X Joule owners. That's how it always ends up increasing. And then when you withdraw, you're withdrawing at whatever the current ratio actually is. So right now, the bank APR is 35%. The bank is pretty bullish because you know your Joule's always going to be there. Again, I'm super bullish on Joule overall, so I have a good chunk of my funds in the bank. So that's Kingdom Watch. Shout out to Magg. This is such an amazing tool that's providing so much benefit to the community. Highly recommend that you use this and give him a shout out. So that's Kingdom Watch. Again, super amazing tool. Shout out to Magg for putting this together. Wow, just incredible. Always keep a track on this website too because he's constantly throwing new features in there. It's always evolving. I can't keep up with the changes, but keep rocking it, dude. It's looking awesome. Next up, I'm going to provide you guys with an explanation about DFK Wiki, again created by Sarah, who is a long-term veteran of DefiKingdoms, and all the tools that they have to offer here. Also, if you haven't signed up to Sarah's Discord for Stellaverse, that's a new project that they're working on that I think has a really exciting future, so check that out. I'll have the link to their Discord in my description. Okay, so the first part of DFK Wiki that we're going to look at is this heroes page. So this gives a lot of global data about what's happening in the DefiKingdoms hero world. So our 73,000th hero has been summoned into the kingdoms. We now have 11,141 unique holders. Awesome. So those are really well distributed across all of our holders. And then we have stats on how many of those have been leveled up to level 2, so most of those are being active. Actually, not most, but most of them are getting there, and people are burning the runes for them to level them up. 39% of heroes, and then summoning in the last 24 hours, 1,100 heroes. So really cool to get these data and check on them periodically, what's going on in the world. We also have some really nice graphs that are produced by this data. So we can see a couple of nice spikes here. So this was when the tiers were first released, when summoning was first possible, and they opened the portal. Then we had the great real tier drought, where nobody was really summoning at all. Then we got an airdrop, went down again, and then it continued to go down until we finally got our wishing well, which really spiked up our summoning rates, and we continue to see all of these fun events increasing summoning rates and maintaining that, but awesome data set to track over time. This next one also has Tavern sales by date, so how many sales are occurring on the Tavern each day, and it's really cool again to track the demand and changing demand in the market for these NFTs. In DFK Wiki, there's also a hero evaluator based on professions. So this one does it a little bit differently, where it's basing it just off of their total stats that the hero has and what their main profession is. So this Dread Knight Summoner Legendary, wow, that's an awesome hero, has 93 total stats right now, owned by Wanky. So wow, excellent hero. And then it also has the top 10 of each profession by experience that they've earned. So that's going to make a pretty big difference in how quickly they're going to be able to level up. We see this top fisher here is almost ready to go to level 3. Wow, my heroes have some catching up to do. So really awesome data on this site overall. Definitely check it out, scroll through it, and see what's useful for you. So we have all of our heroes by main class, which is really useful. You can see, like, for our main classes, most of them are pretty evenly distributed. Our advanced classes, again, pretty evenly distributed, about 3,000 of each right now. Dragoons and Sages, about same number. 47 Dread Knights in existence now, so I think mine was the 32nd one. So more coming into play. Pretty cool. People taking that chance. It also splits up heroes by rarity. Splits our Gen Zeros up by rarity. So if we look at the mythics, there are only 131 Gen Zero mythics. I personally have been looking at the market price on these. They are super cheap. Some whale should definitely scoop one of those, a couple of those up off the floor. And then hero breakdowns by all generation as well. So only 2 Gen 11s. Thank God, we don't need those. All right, this feature here, I believe, is brand new today, but something that I've been waiting for. So this has all of our Tavern data. So sometimes it takes a little bit to load up this page. Hopefully that smooths out over time, but I think that is part of Harmony's API issues. But let's check this. So we can see the price of the hero. We have the bonuses that's given, so there's a symbol for those. I'll have to learn what those symbols are a little bit better. And then the prices for them as well. It has the rarity colored, so we can see green, blue, most of these are commons getting listed, and then we see also have the same exact data for the heroes sold and what the price was and who the buyers and sellers are of these heroes. So love to see this. I'm going to be stocking this a little bit. I know some people have already been stocking some similar resources, so let's see how this goes. If we look at the item section, very similar to Kingdom Watch, we've got really cool data. But what's also cool on DFK Wiki is that it has the drop rates for each of these items. So we know that the runes and the eggs are the rarest. Runes are 0.2% chance. Eggs are 0.01% chance, so that's a 1 in 10,000. Still very rare. And again, it has both the jewel price and the USD price that you can work with, as well as the gold value, and even has like some arbitrage profits that you can do. So this is just doing some swing trading between gold and the items, and with jewel, and finding ways to make profit there. So could be a fun way to play if you'd like, but again, this information is super helpful for us. Also, there is a patch notes section. So if you didn't know, Sarah was recently promoted to Bard status within the DFK community. So welcome, Sarah, aboard. And right now, they are putting some articles together that have the patch notes on Medium. And these are really nice overviews. Sometimes I like to be surprised by them, but it's good to get the actual numbers and things going on afterwards, especially if any numbers are like reevaluated when combat and gardening and mining come out. All right, and lastly, on DFK Wiki, you can find additional content related to DefiKingdoms. So if you scroll down, you can find all the YouTube channels. There's been some really awesome content going out recently. Love to see all of it. Our Twitter influencers, and lastly, our Medium article writers. I want to do a separate video about these guys later for Sandwich Punch and Mr. Zipper, because the articles that they produce have been super amazing. Great resource, again, for people that are very active in the DFK community. Check those out, but I'll be covering those soon. Awesome. So that's DFK Wiki. If you've been here since the early days, you've seen this site take some massive revolutionary steps, looking really clean, loving the data that is coming out of it and how it's being presented on here. I think this is a really amazing resource for the community. Shout out to Sarah for always killing it and being on top of stuff. Again, check out Stellaverse. I'll drop their Discord in my description if you want to check that out. All right, thick. So thank you guys for watching. Again, there's so many amazing resources that are being built out in this community. Again, DefiKingdoms has the best community. All these people putting in this effort to build something amazing that we can all utilize and benefit from. So shout out to anyone making stuff. I know there's a lot of other cool projects in the works right now. People making like different Chrome extensions that allow you to view stats better, or like modify your shop, or even I've seen some breeding simulators come out soon. So if those end up being some good products, I will check them out a little bit further and cover those videos soon. Again, this is just part 1 of this, so I'm sure we'll have more of that to come. Again, this is Crypto with Tosh. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all laters.